And we are live tonight from the Outer Rim in what is another gorgeous night here at Urza Table Hall. How are you guys doing?
We are good, Urzatron.
We are good.
All the people say.
And you guys hear that voice. That is none other than my man, Cubs fan Han, checking back into the hall here. And we're back up to our old antics where we're covering 3 topics on my side, 3 topics over on Cubs' channel. And it will be one hell of a good time, guys. Cubs, are you ready to talk some Star Wars here?
Listen, I woke up this morning and I told myself, if I don't do a video with Urzatron before I go to sleep today, I will have failed my people. And here we sit. I will go to sleep in peace knowing that I have done the video that was requested by the gods of Galaxy of Heroes.
Well, the gods don't tell lies, man. They know what the people want, and we're going to give it to them. And we're starting right here with Mr. Plo Koon.
Plo Koon.
Yes. You may have saw it. It got a little bit of buzz this week. A little bit. Our Game Changer friend, DB Official, put out a video. DB showcased the skills of Plo Koon in a Revan-led team, beating top-tier Revan teams with worse Plo Koon. So, did you see the video? Overall thoughts, impressions, what do you think?
So, I had 2 impressions. Number 1 was, jolly good, mate. That's the first thing I thought.
Did you see where he drank the tea? He did the British thing where he drank the tea.
Did he really? DB Official's British, if you guys don't know.
Yeah.
But the second impression was, oh gosh, I got to save face with a patron of mine, because I was asked not more than 3 or 4 days before that video came out, hey Cubs, do you think Plo Koon would work in a Jedi Revan team? And I said, bro, I'm gonna be honest, it's not gonna work. And I just straight up said, no, it's not gonna work.
The Heisman.
And then,
We're done.
2 days later, I see this video, Plo Koon in a Revan team. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's cool, man, and it seems to be pretty dang consistent. Even Reddit approves.
Yeah.
I was reading.
Yeah,
so.
he was saying it got a huge response.
That's how you know it's legit.
Yeah, huge response from Revan. Some good things to call out there. I have like G9 Plo, and I've used him kind of like in the olden days just for whatever. I really liked that Dispel on basic he does. It's kind of conditional a little bit, but what is it, like a 50% chance to remove all buffs? And that's pretty strong with the amount of buffs we're seeing on these Revan squads. I love that about his build. And then I think there's a defense up and then turn meter up move. So valuable stuff there. And are you going to farm yours up? What do you think?
Well, I've got mine already farmed up. Not all the way, but let's see here. I was looking, 50% chance to dispel all positive status effects. So that's his Omega. I don't quite have the Omega on that basic yet. But yeah, mine's at gear 9, and I mean, here's the bottom line for me. My Jedi team's working right now. I don't need to shake up my Jedi team.
Right.
The way I shake up my Jedi team for my climb is I sub Chewbacca in General Kenobi's spot. And that makes my climb a breeze, unless Revan decides to direct focus Chewbacca. But usually, even though I've got Chewbacca in there, I can usually get the first turn. And so, not really an issue for me. But hey, if I was struggling, if this could help improve the team, yeah, go for it.
Now, what is your thought about TW implications and maybe even GA implications here? DB made a good point.
Well,
a good point that you can basically free up your Bastila here and have her run another Jedi squad with the whole tenacity bonuses and everything by pulling Basti out of that team and running Plo with your Revan.
Right.
Any thought around that? I mean, I love it for that reason alone.
So for TW and for Grand Arena, I've been a big fan of Bastila, especially in Grand Arena, because a lot of guilds aren't placing Bastila on defense anymore. But having my Bastila on defense and saving Revan for offense, it gives you one more spot to put a good, solid Jedi in there. I dare say maybe even Yoda, and still be able to take your Revan team against some pretty strong teams. And because Revan is OP enough with Jedi, you can probably do well enough. So yeah, even just one spot that you can free up to have a better character on defense and be able to pass on offense with Revan is very nice to have. So yeah, I think this is, I mean, huge props to DB Official, man. I mean, I was done theory crafting Revan. You know, I was done with that, and so he's still finding ways to make this even better, or find other ways to use Jedi. And anybody who finds new ways to use Jedi, you've got my respect.
Yeah. So big shout out to DB. Love you, buddy. Good work, and we got to get you on the show here, one of our channels here, because you're doing good stuff and you're growing like crazy. We love it, man. Let's move on here. We briefly touched on TW while discussing Plo here. Let's move on here. The TW bonuses. We've seen a lot of this recently. Probably, 4 or 5 of the last, 5 or 6 territory wars. Most recently with the Geonosians being able to straight up insta-kill basically 2 units on the board. What are your thoughts? Are you having fun with TW with these bonuses? Do you prefer vanilla? What do you think, man?
So, ironically, I am a vanilla ice cream guy. I just like it pretty simple, and so maybe that's indicative of me saying that I do prefer the vanilla territory wars. Now that said, because we had the ban, right, the character ban, I'm leery of complaining because
you know what it could be.
It's a hell of a lot better than having characters restricted, and so. If I complain and that's going to bring back the ban, then I'm just going to shut my mouth and not complain at all.
Right.
But that said, I think it's way. What am I trying to say?
The dial feels like it's at 10, and it needs to come back to about 7 or 8, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, like. It's hard to predict. I really like that guilds are putting them on defense because it's one of those things that you just want to like make the other team figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But they're very unpredictable in many ways and hit very hard. And a lot of these bonuses are that way. I mean, I went up against a clones team and I was able to win, but at the end of the battle, I was like, "Sheesh, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
that was insane."
I thought the Geonosian was the most kind of egregious there. It was instating 2 characters. That just seemed. I mean, people were just
extreme.
People were just putting garbage teams out there, and you just run, get your stuff annihilated, man. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a lot better than banning characters, but I really feel like Territory Wars is a game mode that was in a good play. I think it was fine.
Yeah.
But that's also coming from, my perspective is going to be biased because my guild, if we could go to bed and watch Netflix or go to bed in Territory Wars, we're probably choosing Territory Wars because we just love it so much.
Yeah. I will say, I think I am in the minority. I actually didn't mind the bannings. I thought that was one of the more interesting wars. I know that's going to get me.
You better let's change the subject fast. I'm gonna come at you right now.
All right, we will move on
just
here,
kidding.
guys.
It's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree.
That's coming from a Last Jedi fan right there, guys. It's okay to disagree.
Yes, it is. I have actually become pretty passionate about that.
I've seen it.
Yeah, let's all respect everyone's opinions, please, okay?
All right, we're moving on here to the Ebon Hawk.
Ships! Old Republic! Everything that I want in this game right now is the Ebon Hawk. Am I right, Urzatron?
It looks cool. I love the art style. I will tell you, this is about all I know about the Ebon Hawk. You're going to have to help me out here.
Okay, let's go.
I will tell you.
You're not a KOTOR guy. Not a KOTOR guy.
No, I'm a KOTOR guy. I love KOTOR, but I don't know anything about the kit because I haven't read it yet.
The kit itself.
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah, the kit is actually pretty cool. Probably the biggest hindrance of the kit, in my opinion, is that it doesn't have that Rebel synergy, and right now we definitely have a Rebel meta with the Millennium Falcon.
Right.
And all of that, all that assisting crap that goes on. And you kind of nerf your team by taking anything in there that's not a rebel. But that said, having the ability, that unique buff, Chaff, is going to restrict the enemy from landing any target lock on you.
Ooh, that's
and it's gonna immediately cleanse the target locks, and then you've got 2 turns of no target lock. And if you time it right, you bring him in as a reinforcement. You can wipe out the target locks, apply chaff, and then 2 turns later, when it's fallen off, reapply and be immune for virtually 4 turns from the target lock, which is a pretty good chunk of the battle. And so, and he's got the double tap on his basic. I think Ebon Hawk looks great, and probably something I'd like to see ran as a first or second reinforcement. The only question I have is, will it work in a Rebel team? If not, probably not ideal for Arena.
What are you pulling out there on a Rebel team if you're going to try and run this thing? What do you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably pull out Wedge.
Wedge.
I don't like Wedge. Yeah, I'd probably take him out. Maybe that's just my Wedge though, because my Wedge is only gear 11. But you know, maybe it's not an arena ship for now. But it would still be notable in territory wars. Right. I think. Mm-hmm. But I think looking to the future, it may have more use because it's got that Old Republic tag. And it's the only ship with the Old Republic tag, and so. I mean, if there's one thing this game has taught me in the last year is that we're going to get more Old Republic stuff. So maybe we're getting more Old Republic. I don't know.
Yeah, I will say that the only thing I think this ship, I mean, I'm just going to go totally lore here. I love the art style of this ship, and it looks very much like Ralph McQuarrie, who did the Millennium Falcon, all the original ships. It looks very much like reminiscent of that art style. So I'm a huge fan of that. I think it's a gorgeous looking ship. So.
And it's a similar significance in the KOTOR lore, isn't it? I mean, if you were to, what is the Millennium Falcon of KOTOR?
Yeah,
it's the Ebon Hawk.
Yeah, man.
Right.
All right, good stuff, guys. What are we at here? I think we are wrapping up. We've got 3 more topics that we want you guys to go listen to. We're gonna send you over to Cubs' channel, and I want to thank my man for coming out over to the hall.
Oh, man.
Always a good time. Look forward to doing more of these as the world turns within our game here, buddy.
Always a pleasure to come on your channel, Urzatron. Now the next step, I think, is that I just need to jump on of one of your Grand Arena streams and egg you on as you drink.
Yeah, it was.
Can I do that sometime? That's a dream of mine. Can you?
I've set you up as
one
an
of my lifelong dreams.
You can come back. I've set you up as an admin. You can come get your shine and come
there
get the love of the hall, man. It's a good time.
There we go.
All right, guys. Thank you to Cubs. We will see you guys next time. Good night from the Outer Rim.